welcome to activity time. Today we are looking at our Kids at Play group, and in our activities we have a bat for you to make. And he's a very colorful bat, and once you learn how to make one, they're very easy to do, and you can make a whole bunch of them and make decorations for your windows for the Halloween October season, fall season. So you have your little bag with your instructions on it, and inside there is a coffee filter and a piece of black card and a piece of white card and a clothespin. And be very careful, but if you dump it out carefully, you will also find two teeny tiny eyeballs. I've misplaced one for my bat, but I will find another one. And in your bag there should be two eyeballs that we will use. So the first thing we are going to do, because this needs to have time to dry, is color our coffee filter. Now, you don't have to color it in any particular way. You just need your regular markers, and I am going to just put, as you can see, squiggles of color on randomly. I'm not going to put them in any particular order, just all over my coffee filter. And I don't want to leave any white spaces. I want it all filled in to mix and match. But I'm not going to do the whole coffee filter because you don't need to wait and watch while I color my coffee filter. So pretend that this is colored completely. Now you are going to take some water and have your and spray your coffee filter. Now if you don't have a sprayer, that's okay, I do. And if you watch, you can see the colors start to mix together. If you don't have a sprayer, all you need to do is put maybe a spoonful of water on a plate or on your placemat that you're working on, and get your coffee filter wet on it, okay? And you see how it's spreading the color around, okay, like that. And the colors are starting to mix together. Now, doing it this way, it's very wet. So I have found that the best thing to do to get rid of some of that wet, I need to mop this up, and I'll just reuse my paper bag. That's a good way to mop that up. Is I just take a bit of kitchen towel, paper towel, and put it down, and then put my coffee filter in the middle, and put another piece of paper towel down, and give it a rub, and that's going to soak up a lot of the extra water, and it's not going to be quite as wet, so it won't take as long to dry. A few minutes is all it's going to take, okay? Now I have one here that I have already finished. Oh, and I got a little bit of extra water on it, but you see how the purple and the yellow and the green have all mixed together? Now I'm going to fold my coffee filter in half, and I am going to fold it in half again. And then I'm going to take one of my markers, and I am just going to do a triangle like that on one piece of on the fold, okay, of my my triangle. And then I am going to just draw a squiggly line along the bottom, like that. Okay, it doesn't have to be fancy, it's however you draw your squiggly line. And this is going to make my bat wing. All right, and I'm going to cut out along the line There we go. And I don't need those pieces, so I will recycle them. And then I am going to open it up, and you see I have bat wings just like that. That was very easy to do, wasn't it? Now I need my bat body, and this is going to be a really colorful bat, so I could color the body black if I wanted to, or I could use my markers and do a different color. It's totally up to you. My last bat I made black, so I think maybe I'll make this one purple. You could use paint to do this if you have paint at home, or again, your markers. I like markers because they're fast and they're easy and they don't get quite so messy as paint does. And sometimes it's fun to get messy, and sometimes it's fun just to do the craft and not have as much to clean up afterwards. There we go. Good. Okay, now pretend I colored the whole thing, because I'm not going to make you watch me color my whole paper clip, but or clothespin rather, sorry. And but do make sure that you color as much as your clothespin as possible. Now this is where paint is a little bit easier, because you can get in around all the little nooks and crannies a little bit more easily. But the marker does look good. I kind of like it. Oh, and I like having the purple body too. Okay, now I am going to take this and I am going to scrunch it in the middle, just like that. Okay. And I am going to take my clothespin, and if you look, see the hole right there, the groove, you're going to put the bat wings into the groove and then straighten them up just a little bit, make them fold up and down so that you've got your bat wings, okay? Now I am going to take some glue, and I am going to put just a little bit of it onto a scrap piece of paper and glue my eyeballs onto the clothespin. And now these eyeballs are very small, and I have found that to pick them up, it's kind of tricky, but if you wet your finger a little bit, then they will stick to your finger and come up a little bit more easily. And there we go. Good. So I have my eyeballs on. All right. Now I'm going to take my little scrap of white paper, and I am going to make bat teeth. What do we call bat teeth? Yeah, fangs, you're right. And if I take a small piece of the paper and fold it in half, then I can cut two fangs at the same time, and they're going to be the same. I might have just made that piece a little bit too tiny, so let's just do it like this and cut it. And we don't need, he's not very wide, so we don't need really big bat, wide bat frames or long ones. You've got enough paper here to cut out enough fangs for quite a few bats. There we go. So I've just cut out teeny tiny triangles. Can you see them? And see the negative piece where I've cut them out? Okay, and then I'm just going to put, oh dear, there was water on that, and I've got some wet bat wings now, but that's okay. I'm going to glue on my bat fangs, and I'm not sure where I put them now. There we go, here's one. And I need to make another one because misplaced one. And then bats have ears because they use their ears for a lot of things. That's how they find food and direction and where they're going. They make very high pitched sounds that you would not be able to hear, and they use their ears and to find where they are, and it's called echolocation. That's right. I knew you would know that because we all talk about bats at school, don't we? All right. And then you're going to take your black piece and do the same thing. You're going to cut some bat ears, and the bat ears will be a little bit bigger than the fangs. Okay. And I've got 2 bat ears now. And I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on my table and stick the bottom part of the triangle into the glue. And if I just open the pincher just a little bit, then I can put the ears inside pincher. There we go. Oops. I think I have one ear a little bit bigger than the other, but that makes him unique. Maybe he hears better with his left ear than his right ear. Okay, there you go. Now, if you make a whole bunch of them, you can string them together and make a garland to decorate with. If you have a magnet at home, you can put a magnet on and stick it on the fridge. Whatever you would like. Have fun making your bats. If you want to make more of them and you have the things at home to make them, then do it and send me a picture of what you've created. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.